Hey, hi all. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I help Shopify entrepreneurs, one, to make more money using AI, two, how we can automate a lot of tasks and leverage AI to make it more efficient. All right. So without further ado, let's get started with the today's video. So today's topic is going to be how we can create a food ordering and a reservation booking chatbot for restaurants. So this chatbot is actually made using Voiceflow. And we have also done an integration with Airtable to store the data, which is the orders and the reservations. All right. So let me quickly show you the demo. So this is a quick sample restaurant that we created for, which is Highway Restaurant and Bar. And this is the chatbot that, so let's start over. So once you pop up, basically once you click on the chatbot, it gives you a quick greeting. Hey, hello, I'm Kia. How can I assist you? And presents you with a bunch of options. So these options are one, browse a menu, book a reservation, and need help. So let us just quickly go through this option one by one and see how they work. So let's go to browse menu. So once I click on browse menu, it will actually pull all the menu items from the Shopify store, and then it will present everything in a beautiful carousel. So you can like browse more items, you can click whatever you want to pick. So let's say, for instance, I want to go with this one, which is prime grilled New York strip. So once I click on orders, it actually gives you a quick message, which is whatever we have selected is a great choice. This message can change because there is also a bunch of variants involved, which I'll quickly explain when we will go through the entire technical stuff. So here's the few options available. It has fetched us all the options, all the varieties of options that I can go ahead with. So let's say I want to go ahead with medium well. I just click on that. And then it asks me, do I need to order, do you want to order anything more, or do you want to sum it up? So for now, I'll just quickly go through, no, I don't want to order anything up. So what happens is basically it gives you a quick total of whatever that order is going to be, and then it will redirect to the payment gateway. So I'm like, for now, I have quickly done it like a demo payment, which like is a payment successful, but you can integrate with Stripe or any other payment provider that you have in your country. So what happens post that, it actually confirms your order, and this is the order ID that you get. Again, you can tweak it based on your use case. You can use any other ID, but for now, just to understand, just to kind of demo it up, I've used this auto-generated ID, which is actually a Airtable ID. So your orders particular ID has been submitted to the restaurants. Thanks for ordering. So if we go to our Airtable, which we have integrated it with, you will see this particular row, which is the item that we have ordered, the quantity that we have ordered. For now, it's like 1, and the price that the item was at, and then the status would be ordered. So your back office can actually change the status of these if you have like any other variable, and then this will actually push to the chatbot as well, so that they can have your customers can have like live updates about the order. So this was one crucial part of the chatbot. Let's go and check with another part. So let's just start over. You can completely like tune this again, because currently I have to start over, but if you have like a logic again which restarts the bot, we can have that menu again, which is browse menu, book a reservation, and need help. So again, let's do a book a reservation option. So excited to host you again, like kind of greets you, and then may I ask a bunch of questions to you so that I can book your reservation. So you can skip, which is no, I'll pass, but for this time we'll go with yes. Okay. So once you click on yes, it will actually ask how many people do you want a table to book? Like how many people for how many people do you want a table? And then you can go ahead, let's say on 5 people, and then okay, I'll secure the reservation for 5 people. Do you mind telling me your names, because the booking has to be made under a certain name, right? So let's go with Adam. Maybe Grant is like one of the good authors that I have read. And what day and time works for you for the reservation. All right, so you can quickly type in like any natural language. So let's say, and the bot will be able to detect that up. So I would like to book the reservation on or for let's say 15th of April 24 at 6 p.m. So this is the natural language message that you have just given. And then it will basically list all the details, which is, hey, Adam Grant, at your reservation is the details. So people, how many people were 5, date and time was whatever we have typed, just extracted everything out of that string, the text. And then it actually generated ID, which is again a Airtable ID, but you can have any other CRM as you depending on your use case. And then it will show up a message which is, your booking with particular ID has been confirmed. Thanks for contacting us. So what will eventually happen is, if you go to the reservations base, so we'll have a booking under Adam Grant, number of people, booking time, and status. So this is how the integration is done, which is all the data that we are getting from the chatbot is being pushed to the Airtable. All right, so let's go and check the final, which is it's like pretty simple now. The final one, need help. So if you have like any questions with how you can kind of cancel the order or cancel the reservation, you can quickly check and type this query, which is, no problem, how can I assist you? So let's say I want to cancel the order, which is 1234 or whatever was the order ID, and that's it. So this will actually push it to their customer support team, wherein they can reply directly to you over an email or maybe instant. For now, I'm not completely built that particular flow, but you can have it as you go, again, depending on the use case. So, all right. So this was the quick demo of all the chatbot. And then let us quickly check on how I built this up. So this is again built on Voiceflow. So if I go and this is my Voiceflow dashboard. So I'll quickly explain every single step that I have added, and then every single check that I've added to actually build this up. So, and if you have any question, this MP will be actually in the description as a description link, wherein you can just get it up. All right. So this is the start, wherein we start our chatbot, right? So start test from here. So this is how you start it up. And then the first message that you saw, which is the logo, right? The logo of the restaurant was actually an image card. So if you go and click on the image card over here, which is this one. So this is where you'll need to specify a particular link. So I gave the logo link, right? And then you can also add a title, you can also add a description, you can also add buttons if you want, but as it is like a logo, I did not add anything. So then this is a message, so which I've generated few variants. So if you go and check the talk step, the talk block, and then you have the text. So for the text option, you can generate a one variant. So I've generated 4 variants for now, which is, hi, I'm Kia, what can I help you with? Hello, I'm Kia. So this again can be generated through AI, right? You just have to click on this button, generate 5 variants, generate 3 variants. So what will essentially happen is, every single time, whenever the customers will visit your website, everything, basically it will pull this message, greeting messages randomly, and will push it up in the chatbot. So if you have more options available, there is going to be more variety of responses that will send from the chatbot. And then this is the 3 options that we saw, which is browse menu, book a reservation, and need help. So if you go and check on the tab, which is listen, you see the buttons over here. So if you just drag it up, you will see other buttons. You can just quickly add new button as well over here, give it a title, and then that should be good. All right. So this was the first I called home screen, and then I actually gave all the redirections to individual paths. So book, browse menu should do this activity. Book a reservation should actually do this activity. And then you have need help, which actually does this activity. So if you see this one. So this is what the entire flow was. And then let's go it one by one. Again, a text message right away. One good thing that I would like to mention is, just try to make your chatbot more design friendly, because the messages should not be like paragraph-less messages, right? Because like more of a chatbot stuff, customers would love to see more concise and like proper text, just to make it like more readable and more user friendly. So here's a menu, of course, here's the menu. So these are like in more variants. And then what again we are doing is we are actually doing API call to Shopify product endpoint. So this is the API product, basically products API endpoint, which we are sending a GET request to. And then we are sending a bunch of headers, which is application.json. And then I'm actually capturing the responses because everything. So if you see, actually, the response that you get in products. So I've captured everything in response.products, and then I've saved everything to menu products variable. And then post that, once I have the menu products, I'm actually building the carousel, which you saw, right? The scrollable carousel with all the menu items. So this is like a bit of code. You don't need to be that technical, to be honest. It's like more of code. But okay, if you can manage it up and you can copy paste the code, just try to tweak it up and use ChatGPT possible. And you should also be able to tweak and you should also be able to understand this part. We got particular layout, which is carousel, and then we have a cards array. So we are actually going through all the products, and then we are just giving the product image. So basically we are fetching the product image URL. So if there is like no image, we are specifying a default image, which is like product not found image, which is like, let's go and check this image out. So you understand what I'm actually trying to explain. So this part, no product found, because if the menu item has got like no image, then this should be considered as a default image. Then if I go back, so basically I'm populating all these entries in a form of an object. So we have image URL, a title, a description, buttons, and everything in that payload, right? So this is like perfect carousel body that you can find in a document which is shared by Voiceflow itself. So if you go to Voiceflow carousel, you will find this link. So this is where everything, well, sorry, not this thing, this that carousel. So this one, you can download a function as well. For now, it's function, it's more of a JavaScript. We'll come to that again for sure. But for now, let's come back to the point, which is once I have created the carousel, I'll just stringify it, the entire response, and then I'll use this variable to actually showcase the carousel. So this is the carousel step. This is actually a custom carousel. And then I have added a custom action, which is carousel, and then the action body has to be the JSON format, and I'm specifying the variable that I have actually pre-populated in the previous step, which is over here. One thing that I forgot is, so all the handling, the event handling, so you see all the menu items, you click on any of it using the order tab, basically the order button, it actually gives a path, which if particular product is selected, then this is the page that we should pass. So we are actually passing the name of the product, which is the title, and the variants associated with that product. So, okay, the carousel, and then this is the path that needs to be matched with this particular type, whatever you have selected. So this is the carousel, and then make sure to check on stop on action, because it will actually await, the carousel step will actually await for you to respond on that, because we have to select that particular item, right? Once you click on that, this is actually the option that does that. And then again, I have a JavaScript block of code, which gets me again the particular product that was clicked. So so you can always access the payload using last event variable. It's actually an object. So last event.payload.name gets you the name of that product, because we had sent it over here, right? Name. And then the variants will be, we will get by last event.payload.variants. Pretty simple. And then please make sure these two are actually the variables, the Voiceflow variables that you can easily create through their variable step. You can create the variables from here. So if you see, if you just quickly check on this, so this is actually the variables part, right? You can quickly create, let's say I want to create a new variable. So this is how we created a new variable. So if you click on this plus button, it will actually create a new variable, this one, and then you can add like everything, which is description. You can give it a color and just create this up. Okay, so this is how we create new variable in Voiceflow. Again, if you need like dedicated Voiceflow tutorials, comment down below. I will explain everything, how Voiceflow works and how you can create these sort of bots using basic flows and all the logic that goes behind building this. Once we have got the product, once we have got the variants, let's go and show it up a message, which is product is a great choice, is an excellent choice. These are again the variants of the text that a user will see in the chatbot. And then we're actually also doing a quick generation of the variants. So basically, these variants are going to be shown in the buttons, right? The buttons that you saw, which is rare, medium, and the other option that we just selected, right? The rare and the medium part, the options that are for the specific product, you will actually be able to generate it as a custom button, which are again dynamic buttons. So this is how you generate the particular button. Same as the carousel. It's just that the entire payload and the entire object has this is how it is going to get represented, which is, so we have a name, which is going to be the button name, and then we are having request object, which actually checks with all the parameters that you want to pass. So for now, I passed it as a payload, and the only parameter that I passed is price, because I just want to get the price of whatever variant is selected. And then this is how I will completely basically convert it up into a JSON stringify. But make sure you have that payload under a key called as buttons, which actually shows everything in the chatbot. So this option, this variable I'll use, I've used it over here, which is this part. So here's a few options. Then I get a quick message on this. And then this is the choice. So basically, always remember, for custom actions, for carousel, you just need to have the type, this custom action type as carousel. And for buttons, you need to have it as choice. It's already there in the Voiceflow documentation. Just have a quick look at that. But that's a quick note on that. So the action body again should be the same as like whatever you did in carousel, but this time it should be the buttons, right? So main options to show dynamically is the JSON string representation of all the buttons that we have generated, right? And then this is the path, again, same step as whatever we had with the carousel. So this path actually will help us go forward with whatever variant that we have selected this time. And then the JavaScript is essentially for whatever price, because whatever variant will be get clicked, we just want to get the price that we have passed in the payload. So this is the variable, again, global variable, right? Menu variant selected, which gets and store the price. The final message is going to be, do you want to order anything? So in that case, it's going to be like yes or no options that will present again in like static buttons. So yes, will redirect to API called API store the details, and no actually everything. So this is how basically it will show up again last message, which is your total is particular variant price, and then redirecting to the payment gateway. It's again like a dummy text that I have at the moment, and then it gets you to the payment successful, and then it actually triggers the API call to the Airtable. So if you go to Airtable APIs, this is where you'll find all the details. So if you go and click on Developer Hub, so firstly get an Airtable account. It's like free, and then you just have to create your own personal access token, which you can go and click from here, create from here. You can create a new token, give it a name, give it all the permissions that it requires, basically read, write, a bunch of more permissions, right? And then once you have the token, basically use that token to create new records, which is this one. So this Airtable API, you can actually see it in the doc section. So if you go click on help, help, and then you have the API documentation. So this is like pretty good API documentation on all the bases that you have. So if you go and click on this, it's not like a generic documentation. Everything is related to the bases that you have. So if you go click on orders, it actually gives you all the API calls in terms of list orders, retrieve a specific order, right? Create records, create orders, update and delete orders. So if you go and check this up, it actually gives you the endpoint the particular ID/orders, and then we have the authorization header, which is again the token that you have created, right? And the data which needs to be passed as a payload. So in our example, if you come back, this is how we will see. So authorization, peer, and the token. So this token is going to be like more temporary because I'm going to delete it, but you can create your own token. Please use this. Then content type and the application is like content type is going to be application/JSON. And then the raw field, which is the JSON body, is going to be records field, whatever fields that you have, and then the variable that you have collected from Voiceflow. So make sure to pass the variables in string, but using the Voiceflow template, the variable syntax, right? And then, yeah, that's it. We're actually recording everything up in a order ID field. This is again a variable, right? Voiceflow variable. So it actually, the Airtable responses us with the ID of whatever record has been created. And then we are storing it in order ID. And then post that, we are just checking and showing another image, which is like a check image. And then we are printing out the ID. And then thanks for ordering. And then we are completing the flow over here. So this is the flow for book a menu. The same is the flow for book a reservation. The only change is ask a bunch of questions, which is this one. So if you go and click on this one, great, looking forward to hosting you. May I ask you a bunch of questions? No, yes. And then based on that, we are deciding whether we should submit a request again to API endpoint. So booking how many people, booking how many people you want reservation for. So this is how, again, one important step, which is capture step, right? So whatever I'm capturing is going to be stored in reservation for how many people. And then you can also have more entity prompts, which is again, if something, the capture step is not able to detect as an input, we'll actually ask the user to again type it based on this read prompt. This will actually be more options again that will be shown, right? And then perfect, I booked the reservation for a particular number of people, and then may I know what's your name? Again, I've also created one good thing, which is I'm storing the variable in customer name, and whatever that entity, it's actually going to be in terms of name. So if you go and click on the capture step, so actually this is an entity that we have. So this is actually entity. So if you go to entities, which is over here, content, and then we have variables, and then we have customer name, which is somewhere over here. Entities. And then we have customer name. So I've actually given all the sample names because this Voiceflow AI is so powerful that it actually detects all the user input. And then it actually, I've given you a bunch of names as an example. You can also generate like more names just to tune it up. And then this is how it will capture the input. It will only extract the name. It will not extract all the input that you will give. Go to back dashboard, click on again that. And then, all right. So actually give in what day and time you want reservation. This is also an important step that you want to have a quick look at, which is I've used actually set AI step on how we can extract the particular date and time, because currently I'm actually capturing everything as a user reply because there is no format. There is a format, but I wanted to have it in terms of a particular like input. So let me quickly show you how I extracted the date and time from the user input. So currently everything is stored in date and time for reservation variable. And then I've used set AI step, which can go from this one, which is set, right? This one. And then I've actually used an AI model over here. So this is the prompt that I'm using. Extract only the date and time from whatever input variable, strictly output it as a string. Okay. And then I'm saving everything up in a new variable, which is date and time for reservation booking. And then I'm using a prompt, basically a model, which is Cloud Instant 1.2, which is good, which is actually the same as a GPT 3.5, but it consumes like a bit more token, not that much, but you can quickly check over here. So it consumes like 1x tokens, and then GPT 3.5 Turbo consumes like 1.66x tokens. And then I have set the temperature to 0, which is again an important factor, because if you set the temperature close to 0, that means the AI model is not going to be that creative. That means you want something to be more deterministic, right? And if you set it to a more higher value, it would be like more creative, which I don't want in this case because I want a very predictable output. Then max tokens, you can set it to whatever limit, but for now I've set it to like 300. It's not that it's not that important for operation like this because it's like quite like it's going to consume less token entities. So then once I've extracted the date time, I'm just printing everything out in a format which is this one, and then I'm again doing a API call, the same Airtable API call, but this time I'm using reservations base. The same everything like authorization, bearer, and then the field that I'm passing is name, status, people, and booking time. So again, these variables, and then final is going to be user reservation, whatever ID that we will get from this part, which is response.records.id, is going to be stored in reservation ID. And then I will show the final confirmation message, which is your booking with particular ID has been confirmed, right? That part. So the final is like pretty, the final part, which is need help part, is like pretty easy. It's like one text message, and then it shows up a quick message. We'll go it back to you, which is this one. So need help, and then it takes to this. No worries. What do you need help with? Again, a basic capturing step which captures all the input, and then it actually gets us a confirmation, which is thanks. I'll get back to you. So this is how the entire use case is designed. It's like pretty basic, I know, because there's not a lot of functionality that goes in. But yeah, if you want to expand more on these functionalities, feel free to copy and use this template. It's completely free for you. Provided you should have a Voiceflow account to make changes and do it, right? Tweak it as per your use case. If you need like any help with this chatbot, feel free to comment on the video. If you want more content like this on how you can scale your Shopify business, please give a like and subscribe for more content. And thank you for watching this video. Thanks.